Before we start, I just want to say I'm not an expert on all the lore and background of The Witcher. Before season 1, I'd never even heard of it. Then I saw a trailer and thought, that's a bit of me, that is. Since then, I have started reading the first book, and I've also bought the computer game. I've invested time into it. Season 1 came out, and I thought it was great. Season 2 came out, and even though, from what I've read, a lot of people didn't like it, but these are the people that know all the background story and all the details of it. For me personally, I liked it equally as I did the first season. Once I've read the books and once I know all the background story and how it was originally written, I might change my mind if I watch back, but as it stands at the moment, without that knowledge, it's a great show. Henry Cavill portrays Geralt of Rivia fantastically, as do all of the actors in this show. Yennefer, Ciri, they're all top notch. The story is well written, the pace is smooth and doesn't drag. There's not really anything bad I can say about the show, even down to the effects, the scenes, the filming, the layout. It's brilliant. If you haven't watched it, do yourself a favour and go and watch it. But this video isn't about The Witcher. This video is about a big pile of shit. Oh, sorry, I mean Blood Origin. Now I'm going to keep this video very short and sweet. I'm not going to delve into too much detail as, to be honest, I can't be bothered. This show really doesn't warrant anyone spending any more time on it than they need to. I don't think I've ever watched a series that was such hard work to get through only 4 episodes. And granted, I didn't want to watch it. After halfway through the first episode, I thought, this is shit. I really cannot be bothered. And it was a tough slog getting through all 4 episodes, which are between 45 minutes and an hour long. I think one of them's 42. Either way, you're talking at least 3.5 hours worth of Blood Origin. The worst thing was, to do this video, I actually had to go back over it and re-watch parts again. Granted, I skimmed because by this point I thought, this is so bad, it really doesn't matter. Because what I'm going to say to you is that the whole show in its entirety is an absolute crime against television and movies. Honestly, I've seen fan films. All you've got to do is look up some of the the quality Star Wars fan films out there, and they have better effects, better story, better writing, better acting than any part of Blood Origin. I'm not going into any of the agendas or politics or anything like that from the show. You don't need to, because it's bad enough without even touching on that. Put it this way, the actors are so bad, they make Lenny Henry's acting look good. You might remember him from shows such as this. The fact he's been in 2 epic fantasy car crashes in 1 year has got to be some sort of an achievement, so bravo Lenny. By the time I got to the end, I didn't even know any of the characters' names. The Witcher, you know their names, you get to know them, you get to like them, you build a rapport with the characters. By the end of this show, I could not tell you, even now, and I've not looked them up again because I just don't care. I don't know any of the characters' names, not one. I think one of them's called Ellie, and the other one's called There is no content to the story. The story might as well be, this happened, so we're going to go and get revenge and kill a load of people. The end. There's an actress in it who plays the dwarf character, and then there's Lenny Henry. Literally, they are the best 2 actors in the whole thing. And I think the problem is that the other actors make them look better in comparison. Then we get onto the effects. There are certain effects in this show I could probably do better on my phone. They are that awful. There's one scene where Lenny Henry looks into a bowl of water, and they've literally clearly filmed him looking up and have just sort of plastered it over the water. It is cringe. Even the CGI of the couple of monsters, in comparison to The Witcher, it's awful. I don't know what they've done. All you've got to do is go to Star Wars Theory, which is a YouTube Star Wars fan channel, and look at the film that they made called Shards of the Past. If that's what $200,000 can get you, what would the Blood Origin team spending their money on? So the acting is awful, the digital effects are awful, the storyline is awful, the pacing. There's one scene, it's almost laughable. There's one scene when they're travelling, as there seems to be a lot of travelling in this, a lot of walking, a lot of travelling. It's like they've tried to do the Fellowship of the Ring, but badly. In the Fellowship, you want to hear what they're talking about. And there's a lot of dialogue, there's a lot of interaction between characters because you care about them, and the dialogue's really good, the content's good. This show has no content. There's one scene where 1 minute they're walking around, the next minute they're on this, it's a really brief scene, which is clearly an off-cut or something, where they're on this boat in the middle of the sea and it's all torrential and everything's crashing around. Then the next minute, they don't get to land, you don't see them get to land or any part of them being on this boat or even getting on this boat. All of a sudden, they're just on land in a sort of town. You're like, Well, that was random. Anyway, I said this was going to be short. There's no more to say regarding this. Put your comments in the comments section. I'd like to hear from you. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe and ring the bell. See you on the next one. Cheers.